Welcome back to my channel, Rad Roots Yoga. My name is Brittany and I will be your facilitator for your practice today. We're going to go ahead and get started in easy pose, facing the tops of our mats, sitting tall up onto our sits bones, reaching tall through the crown of the head. We're going to let the palms of the hands rest on the knees. And go ahead and close the eyes down for a moment here. We're going to take a few cycles of breath to settle in. Taking the time to tune inwards. Closing out the rest of the world and all of the other things that we have going on in our lives today. Taking time for ourselves in one of the most important ways that we really can. We're relaxing the muscles in the face and the jaw. Feeling the rise and the fall of the chest with each inhale and exhale. We're going to gently start to take small circles with the neck and head in one direction. Super slow here. Really getting into the nooks and crannies. Then maybe reverse the circle, the direction of the circle. And as you finish your last circle in the second direction, we're going to find our face turning towards the top of our mat. And we're going to lift the eyelids if you have them closed down. And we're going to cross the right arm over to the left side, grabbing onto the elbow with the left hand, getting a stretch down the right shoulder. And release. Then we're going to cross the left arm over, grabbing the left elbow with the right palm. And release. We're going to place the palms of the hands back onto the knees. We're going to shift the heart into the space in the back body. Curling the chin into the chest, tucking the tailbone under. And inhale is going to bring the spine straight and long, finding a gentle bend and opening up the heart. And release back to neutral. We're going to plant both of the bottoms of the feet to the mat. We're going to move them to about the edges of our mat here. We're going to plant the hands behind us. We're just going to windshield wiper the legs gently back and forth, opening up the hips. Moving at your own pace, whatever feels nice. And after you've finished whatever side you are on, we're going to place the palms of the hands behind the knees. We're going to find a gentle roll back and forth. And we're going to do it a couple times just until you've got enough momentum to plant the bottoms of the feet and lift the hips from the mat. You can use your hands if you need to.
And we will meet in our forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's go ahead and clasp onto opposite elbows here. Find a gentle sway and a little bounce back and forth from side to side. We're going to inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, reaching long through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, curling in and rolling up the back body. One vertebrae at a time, neck and head are last to lift. Palms and gaze meet. Reaching up and out of the waist to create space, and exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to plant the hands to the mat, step the feet back into our plank pose. Let's find some small circles in one direction here, warming up the wrists. We'll move in the opposite direction. Back to center. On your exhale, we're going to halfway lower, pulling the elbows into the rib cage, chaturanga. Inhale, pulling the heart up and through, upward facing. We're going to exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back into our very first downward dog of practice. We're going to pedal out the feet here. Find a gentle sway of the hips back and forth. Maybe a little bounce. Here we will start our first sequence of practice. When you are ready, we are going to slowly lower the forearms to the mat, finding our dolphin. Heart is pressing back towards the thighs. Then we're going to press right back up into our downward facing. We're going to do that 4 more times. So we're tapping the forearms and elbows to the mat, pressing back up, and tap. For 2 more. 2 and 1. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet, back towards the back of our mats. Slow and control. We're going to curl in and slowly and articulately roll up the back body. Again, head and neck are last to lift, palms and gaze meet overhead. From here, we are going to turn the right foot to a 45-degree angle. Then we're going to start to slide it up the calf. So the bottom of the foot is going to end up planted to the inside of the left calf. We're going to cactus out the arms, pulling the shoulder blades together on the back body, bringing the elbows down. Then we're going to bring the right knee up to meet the right elbow. We're just getting it as close to, slow and controlled. And once you've reached the highest or the closest that you're going to get to meeting that elbow and knee together, we're just holding here for a second. And then we're going to slowly come out the exact same way that we came in. So we're releasing that right foot back to the left calf. Arms are coming up. We're going to replant the right foot to the mat beside the left foot. And then the upper body is going to lever forward as the left heel reaches long behind us. Fingertips are extended towards the top of our mats in our Warrior 3. Bringing that left hip down if we need to. And the upper body is going to keep on levering until the hands plant to the mat. From here, we're going to play with a kick to handstand. And you can just barely get off the mat if that is what you're capable of doing. You do not have to throw yourself into a full handstand if you do not feel comfortable doing that. But we're just gonna play here. So shifting weight into the palms evenly throughout the fingertips and the heel of the hand. And we're just going to gently kick off of the right toes.
Either way, from handstand or from kick to handstand, we're releasing the right toes back to the mat. We're gonna bend into the left knee and the right knee, but we're pulling the left heel through, all the way through to a pistol squat. Then we're gonna plant the left foot to the mat as we shift the body weight forward, bending into that left knee. We're gonna keep extending forward until all the weight is into the left foot. Arms are gonna come out to airplane wings. And then maybe you gently lift the right toes from the mat. Maybe straighten through that front left leg in our airplane. We're gonna gently bend into both knees, bringing hands to heart center in our chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, slowly and articulately rolling up the back body. Neck and head are last to lift, palms and gaze meet. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. We'll do that sequence on the left side. When you are ready, we're gently lowering the forearms and the elbows to the mat. Tapping for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From down dog, we are walking the hands back towards the feet, finding our forward fold at the back of the mat. We're gonna inhale, root to rise, rolling up the back body, palms and gaze meet overhead. We're gonna turn the left foot to a 45. We're gonna gently start to slide it up the right calf until it plants in the middle of the right calf. You wanna make sure that it is not pressing on the knee. Arms are gonna start to cactus out, pulling the shoulder blades together on the back body. From here, we're going to keep pulling that left knee up. And the goal is to tap it to the left elbow and hold. And gently release the way we came in. Left foot goes to the inside of the right calf. We gently replant left foot to the mat. Arms come back up. From here, we're gonna lever the upper body forward as the right foot stretches long behind us. Fingertips extended forward in our warrior 3. We're gonna keep levering the upper body forward until the hands plant to the mat. And we're going to play with a kick to handstand.
Maybe you find just a gentle little hop. Maybe you find the balance for a moment. Either way, we're releasing left toes back to the mat. We're bending into both knees, pulling that right foot all the way through to our pistol squat. We're going to plant the right foot to the mat as the body weight shifts forward, bending into that right knee, pressing all the body weight into the right foot. Arms come up to airplane wings. Maybe the left toes lift from the mat. Maybe you straighten through that front right leg. We're going to bend into both knees, bring left to meet the right at the top of our mat. Hands to heart center, chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Head and neck are last to lift, palms and gaze meet. Reaching up and out of the waist, creating space where there is not. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to plant the hands to the mat, step the feet back into our plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, pulling the elbows into the rib cage. Inhale, heart pulls up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. Let's have one full cycle of breath together. Breathing in through the nose. And on the exhale, we're going to move something through. When you are ready, inhale in through the nose. And exhale, letting it go, moving it through. We're gonna do that same sequence again on each side, but we're gonna speed it up just a little bit. When you are ready, we are lowering forearms and elbows to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From down dog, we're walking the hands back towards the feet. Finding our forward fold at the back of the mat. I'm going to scoot up just a tad here and kind of really far back. Forward fold. We're going to inhale, root to rise. Rolling up the back body. Palms and gaze meet. From here, we're turning the right foot to a 45-degree angle. We're going to slowly start to drag the bottom of the foot up to the inside of the left calf. Then we're going to slowly cactus out the arms, bringing the shoulder blades together in the back body. Then we're bringing that right knee up to the right elbow. We're holding. Slowly release the right foot back to the left calf. Arms come up. Gently replace the right foot to the mat. Upper body levers forward as left foot reaches back. Warrior 3. We're going to keep levering upper body forward until we plant the hands to the mat. We're going to play with a kick to a handstand. Then we're gently releasing right toes back to the mat. Bending into both knees, pulling that left foot through to our pistol squat. We're going to plant the left foot as the body weight shifts forward into that left foot. Arms are coming out to airplane wings. Maybe the right toes lift from the mat. Maybe you straighten through the left leg. We're bending into both knees, bringing the right knee forward to meet the left. Hands to heart center, chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step the feet back. Plank. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. Second side, when you are ready, we're lowering the elbows, forearms to the mat, tapping for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking the hands back towards the feet. Forward fold, root to rise, curling in, rolling up the back body, palms and gaze meet. Turning that left foot to a 45, gently sliding it up the inside of the right calf. Pulling the elbows down into cactus arms. Or bringing that left knee up to meet the left elbow and holding. Gently release the way we came in. Left foot to the right calf. Arms go up. Replanting the left foot to the mat. Upper body's levering forward as right foot reaches long behind us in our warrior 3. We're going to keep levering until the hands plant to the mat. Then we're going to play with a kick to handstand. We're going to gently deliver left toes back to the mat if they are lifted. We're bending into both knees, pulling the right foot all the way through to our pistol squat. Planting right foot to the mat, shifting body weight forward into the right foot. Arms are out to airplane wings. Maybe you lift the left toes from the mat. Maybe you straighten through the front right leg. We're bending into both knees, pulling the left knee forward. Hands to heart center. Chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, curling in and rolling up. Palms and gaze meet. Reaching up and out of the waist. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step the feet back. Plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, pulling the elbows in. Inhale, heart pulls up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. All right, we're gonna do that sequence one more time on each side, and we're gonna add just a little thing onto the end of it. When you're ready, we're dropping the elbows and forearms to the mat in our dolphin pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're walking the hands back towards the feet. Forward fold at the back of our mat. We're going to inhale, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet. We're going to turn the right foot to a 45-degree angle. We're going to slowly drag the bottom of the right foot up to the inside of the left calf. Pulling elbows together in the back body, making cactus arms. We're bringing the right knee to meet the right elbow and holding. Releasing the way that we came in. Right foot to left calf. Arms come up. Replant the right foot. Upper body levers. Left foot kicks long behind us in our warrior 3. Keep levering forward until the palms meet the mat, and we're playing with a kick to handstand. We're gently delivering the right toes back to the mat, bending into both knees, pulling the left foot through to our pistol. Planting left foot to the mat, shifting body weight forward into the left leg. Arms are coming to airplane wings. Maybe lift the right toes from the mat. Maybe straighten through that left leg. Here's what we're gonna add on. We're gonna bend into both the elbows, and we're bending into the right knee, bringing the right knee to meet the right elbow. And then we're gonna kick back into our airplane. Bending into both knees, bringing the right knee forward to meet the left in our chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Plank. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. Last time for this sequence on the left side. When you're ready, we are starting with our dolphin, lowering elbows to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna walk the hands back towards the feet, finding our forward fold at the back of the mat. Hurling in and rolling up the back body. Palms and gaze meet. Turning the left foot to a 45. We're gonna gently slide the foot up the right calf. They're pulling the elbows down and back, finding cactus arms. Bringing that left knee up to meet the left elbow and holding. Gently coming out the way we came in. Left foot to right calf. Arms come up. Replanting left foot to the mat. Upper body is levering forward as right toes extend long behind us. Parallel to the mat in our warrior 3. We're gonna keep levering the upper body forward until we can plant the hands to the mat. And we're playing with a kick to handstand. Gently delivering left toes back to the mat if they are lifted. Bending into both knees, pulling the right foot through, pistol. Shifting body weight forward into that right foot. Arms come out to airplane wings. Maybe left toes lift from the mat. Maybe you straighten through that front right leg. Here we're adding on. We're gonna bend into both the elbows as we bend into that left knee and pull the left knee into the left elbow and hold. Extending back into our airplane. Bending into both knees, bringing the left foot forward to meet the right in our chair pose. Hands are at heart center. Exhale, dive the heart forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, slowly and articulately rolling up the back body. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Reaching up and out of the waist. Maybe you make a little baby back bend at the top here, opening up the heart towards the sky. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step the feet back. Plank. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, downward facing. We are now going to start our cool down sequence. When you're ready, right toes lift. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, bringing right knee to right elbow. We're gonna slide that right knee all the way down to the mat. Extending left toes out long behind us. Upper body lifts in our pigeon pose. Stretching out the front of the left hip, the outer right hip. From here we're going to open up towards the left side of our mat. We're going to grab onto the right ankle with the left palm. Right fingertips are going to come up and over, reaching for those left toes. Maybe you get the clasp, maybe you do not. Either way is fine. Gazes up under the right armpit. We're going to inhale, right fingertips back up and over. We're going to plant the right palm to the mat. Turn to the inside of the left foot. Lift the hips from the mat and replant left palm and right toes in our plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. And do that little sequence on the left side. When you're ready, left toes lift. Exhale, upper body shifts forward. Left knee to left elbow. We're slowly lowering that left knee all the way to the mat. Extending the right toes long behind us as upper body lifts. Pigeon. We're going to open up towards the right side of our mat this time. Right palm finds the left ankle. Left fingertips are going to come up and over, reaching for those right toes. Gaze is up under the left armpit. Inhaling, left hand back across, planting it to the mat, turning to the inside of the right foot, lifting the hips from the mat, replanting the right palm and the left toes to the mat in our plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower chaturanga. Inhale, heart pulls up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. We're gonna gently lower the knees to the mat. We're gonna cross over the ankles and extend the legs out long in front of us. Maybe we scoot forward on our mat. I was kind of at the back of my mat the entire class here. Palms are gonna reach up and overhead. And we're extending long towards the toes. Eventually letting our heads hang as well. Taking a few cycles of breath here on our own and our seated forward fold. And next inhale, we're reaching long through the fingertips. Using the strength of the core, we're slowly rolling all the way down to our backs. We're gonna draw the knees into the chest one at a time. Arms are going to come out to a T or cactus, whatever your preference. And then we're gonna gently drop the knees over to the left side, getting a gentle supine twist. We're gonna inhale back to center. We're gonna exhale, gently dropping the knees off to the right side. And inhale back to center. We're gonna lift the head and shoulders from the mat, wrapping arms around the knees, clasping onto opposite elbows. Getting a nice compression squeeze in the hips and the knees. If there are any other postures that you would like to add to your practice today, I encourage you to do so. If not, the next place that we will meet is in Shavasana. We're going to extend the legs out long, heels together, big toes out. Arms are down by our sides, palms facing up. Shoulder blades are gently pulled together on the backside body. We're relaxing the muscles in the face and the jaw. Eyes are closed down. We're gonna have one last full cycle of breath together. Inhaling through the nose. And on the exhale, we're letting it all go. And as our bodies find their natural rhythm of breathing, we'll go ahead and drop in. we'll start to come out by gently wiggling our fingers and our toes. Keeping the eyes down, we're going to slowly draw the knees into the chest one at a time. We're going to roll over into this fetal position. Slow and mindful in all the transitions. And still with the eyes down, we're pressing all the way up onto our sits bones in our easy pose. Maybe you find your palms resting on your knees. Maybe hands are at heart center. Maybe they're resting on the third eye, the space between the brows. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend time here today. The light in me honors, acknowledges, and respects the light in each of you. Until next time, namaste.